Hello Koopa Troopers and welcome to the Nintendo Sushi Show episode 102. My name is Ace and joining me here today we have history's favourite president, Abraham Lincoln.
In the streets!
Yeah, it just made me laugh then.
Right.
Well, because normally it's like history's favourite president, it's just because your name's Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
But it just seemed a bit demeaning calling... depicting history's favourite president with a stupid Luigi hat on.
What, with a big giant stupid hat on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Abraham Lincoln never wore one of them.
Good point. How are you doing?
I'm good.
You good?
Just enjoying a coffee from my Nintendo Sushi mug.
You enjoying all this new kind of stuff that we've been doing?
Yeah, you know what, I really am. It feels different. It feels like sort of, we've been married for years, okay, and the marriage was starting to go stale. So then we revitalised our marriage. We did something and changed it up. I don't know what we did.
I think we got one of them, like sort of G-spot simulators.
Yeah, we got a sex swing.
Stimulators, not simulator.
Simulator. We got a sex swing.
Mm.
And it's just changed our marriage, and now we're getting it on a regular basis. The sex was run dry earlier, but now we're where it should be.
Yeah.
And we're continuing with this lust for each other and for the outside world. It's metaphors. It's a beautiful thing.
Metaphors for what? Like wife swapping?
Even that we just started dogging.
Yeah.
This shows the equivalent of dogging.
Me personally, I'm tired.
You're tired?
Am I still bloodshot in that eye?
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
A red eye.
Bloodshot in this eye.
It looks like. Put your eye to the camera again. Resident Evil.
Yeah, I've just not been sleeping. I've been editing videos all night and rendering them out, uploading things and stuff like that. So I've been getting
For you.
between 1.5 and 2 hours sleep a night.
Yeah.
It'll get better once we
Yeah, it
sort
will.
of get into some sort of like formula with it all. But at the moment, it's quite a. I have major respect for people who have YouTube channels and just got really high quality content constantly. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
So what stuff do we have like out now? Well, not now, but what's sort of the schedule for YouTube?
Well,
For people at home.
the Monday is. Hang on, shall I read out the schedule? 'Cause I've got
Do
the
you want the
schedule
schedule?
written. Yeah, give me that schedule.
Okay. So Mondays
Mondays. Full audio podcast on iTunes.
and Stitcher and
Yeah.
all the other
And all
podcast
the others.
directories.
And when you also get part 1 of the video. And the
So
full...
the video is going to be the full podcast videoed, but we're going to separate into 3 segments. One's coming out on a Monday, one's coming out on Wednesday, one's coming out on a Friday.
Yeah, so
Easy
it's a
doing
bit
that
more.
one instead of
It's a
going
bit
for
more bite-sized. We kind of realised that on YouTube you don't want to watch an hour and a half. People's
We've got
attention
something
spans
coming
out
for
like that.
Tuesdays, which we've not announced yet, and then Thursdays are board game Thursdays,
Yeah, it is.
which we're playing Nintendo themed board games.
We are.
Yeah. And then on the Saturday, the full video comes out.
Yep.
And then on Sunday, if you're a Koopa Club member, what's that?
The Koopa Club. Right, let me put my coffee down in my Nintendo Sushi mug. I really plugged those mugs. Right, the Koopa Club. So for $1 a month, it's like a subscription. So for $1 a month, you get the audio podcast a day early.
You're doing that. That's like 60p or something like that.
It's like nothing. So a very small amount a month.
So for the early ones, in dollars, it's only a quarter.
Yeah.
For a show.
True. Quarter a show.
That's it,
early.
not including anything else.
To have them early. So, but
You
for
don't get
$5
anything else.
a month, which is like £3.20,
Not sure.
probably about that. Maybe a bit more. Exchange rate's a bit rubbish. You get the audio a day early, the video a day early.
5 days early.
5 days early. We said now.
Yeah, I've
You've changed it up.
bumped things up.
Okay.
The video comes out on a Saturday.
Okay.
The video now for Koopa Club members,
Yeah.
is coming out on a Monday. The
Wow.
full video.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Every single thing that we're talking about comes out at noon.
Okay.
GMT as well.
All right. So, yeah, audio, video. You also get an extra podcast that we record just for our Koopa Troopers that are $5 and up. And if you give us $20 a month, subscribe to $20 a month, you get all of the above. So the early video, the early audio,
There's
the
nothing
extra
above.
podcast. I know, but metaphorically. I'm speaking metaphors today. You also get a 20-minute Skype conversation with us too. We'll even wear the hats. And for $35 a month to be a King Koopa, you get a piece of merchandise every month. Maybe it might be one of these mugs. Maybe it might be one of these t-shirts. Maybe it might be another t-shirt. Maybe it might be one of the lovely hats that we ain't got around us at this minute. Or any other t-shirt. So we'll send you a piece of merchandise every month. We'll also give you the 20-minute Skype conversation, the early video, the extra podcast, and the early audio. For your ear holes and your eye holes.
There we go. Praise the Lord.
All the orifices have been pleased if you subscribe.
Yeah, that's
$5
true.
a month.
Okay, so now we've got all that rubbish out of the way, which keeps getting longer and longer.
It's not rubbish. It's not livelihood.
It's oratory rubbish.
Okay.
We'll get into the topics for today.
We will.
My throat has gone really strange. Have you noticed I'm speaking weird?
Yeah, why is that?
That's why.
Okay.
I'm fine.
We're back.
So
it's exactly the same.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not bothered. Right, okay, so the first topic, the first ball to be rolled, the first card to be opened, the first advent calendar door.
Oh yeah. To be popped.
To be popped.
The first pill to be popped.
Yeah. Is
the first,
ecstasy. Is
the first heroin to inject.
Okay, so I know this is not brand new news, but we just sort of wanted to put a timely spin on things. So Nintendo have announced that they're getting rid of Club Nintendo.
Interesting.
Okay. Do you want me to read the article? And
yeah,
then
go for the article. Are you reading the full article?
I'll pick and choose bits.
Okay.
Okay, so Jenna Pitcher over at IGN.
Yeah.
Brilliant website. You should go there. You probably already do.
Yeah.
Wrote a news article on IGN.com that says products released in North America after January 20th will not be eligible for Club Nintendo registration. March. Oh, sir. Oh, no, January 20th, not. I thought it said February 20th at first, and I was like, oh, that's just in time for Majora in the news videos, but it's not. So they're not. They don't count.
So North America's already passed that then.
We all are.
Yeah.
Everyone's passed that. So March 31st will be the last day for members in the region to earn coins, register products, and sign up for the new Club Nintendo memberships.
March 31st.
Yeah. The Club Nintendo program shuts down in North America on June 30th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time, and all coins will be deleted when Club Nintendo accounts are closed on July the 1st, 2015.
That's not good.
Okay, so we'll do it in segments. So what do you think about that?
I don't know, because I've got a lot of coins. Yeah, like a lot.
You can spend them. Still.
Yeah, I know you can spend them still, but I feel like whatever the new thing is that they're launching, like they could, do something for people who've got coins on there. Like, I don't know what they're going to launch next. Like, there's some speculation, but I feel like you're forcing everyone to spend all of their coins.
Well, I feel. Actually, I'll get into that in a bit.
Are they going to bring out a new special thing?
Yeah. That's what they're doing.
Right. So they're bringing. No, what I mean is like a new product before they stop.
I'm going.
Okay, go on then.
Dozens of downloadable games and a limited quantity of exclusive reward items will be added to the catalogue before its termination. So these going to be like last sort of hurrahs.
Last minute rewards.
All Club Nintendo members in North America will receive a free download code for Flipnote Studio 3D in February 2015, which
we don't get.
No, I think we do as well.
Okay.
But I thought that was going to be free anyway.
Yeah, maybe they're just wording it like that,
In order to reach elite status, which is not something we particularly have over here.
No.
Anyway, we'll ignore all that stuff. Anyway, you. So basically, you can actually still hit this status, and if you hit elite, then they'll send that product out and everything like that.
Okay.
Club Nintendo's discontinuation will begin in April 1st in Europe, Australia, and New Zealand, with the phase out of product registration cards, and the service will finally terminate on September 30th. So we've got longer time.
We've got a bit longer. We'll spend those coins.
Okay, so here's some salient dates.
Okay.
April 1st, 2015. From this date, Nintendo will no longer include product registration cards with its packaged products. So basically, anything after April 1st, you're not going to get.
Maybe this is all building up to an April Fool's joke.
Probably not. April 20th, termination of the registration of... Right, so it's basically the same thing that was happening in States is happening like 2 months later over here, basically. Pretty much everything.
So everything's shutting down.
So, first of all, what would be a cool product for them to put out?
Do you mean as their last hurrah?
Yeah.
I think it's got to be some form of game. I think it's got to be because I don't know. I think all the statues and all that stuff, like people are now buying Amiibo toys.
Mm.
So they're not going to want to buy, like, we got the Luigi statue over there and stuff. And, like, that's cool, but I think, like, that Nintendo, like, physical product is...
No, I love that.
I love that. But what I'm saying is all these Amiibo, like, physical products are already being, like...
No, I disagree. I think with the physical things, these are super limited edition. Like, they're only making a few, and it's only people... It's only people who have spent so much that can actually get access to these things. It's only diehard people that can get these limited edition models and stuff like that. I really fucking love that. It rewards better than any other company does.
See,
I know it really rewards the people that are spending money.
I'm the other side of it. I don't want any more of that stuff. Even if it is limited edition, I ain't bothered. I don't want any of that stuff. I'd rather have something that I can use now, because I've been in Club Nintendo a while. I've got quite a few things from Club Nintendo. And depending on it all depends on where they're going next. Because if the next reward system is to do with games, then fair enough.
Yeah, but don't you think it's a really cool thing to do for your customers? Is say, here's something that we've had to spend money designing just for a limited quantity of people.
It depends what it is. I just don't want another plastic toy.
No, but I'm not just talking about you specifically. I'm saying, don't you think that's an amazing thing to give to your customers?
It is, but it depends what it is. That's what I'm trying to say. If it's just another plastic toy like that, then no, I don't.
No,
but if it's something,
why is that not an amazing thing to give to your customers?
Because I've got enough plastic Nintendo toys.
Yeah, you've got enough. That's what I'm saying.
But but there's enough on the market that you can go and buy.
A company that doesn't have to do this to create special things for its special customers and give them away essentially for free, because then people would have bought them games anyway.
Nah.
How is that not a nice thing to do?
It's a nice thing to do, but it depends. That's what I'm saying. If it's something unique, then fine. But I don't want another plastic toy.
They're all unique. Yeah, but you can choose what to buy on the Club Nintendo.
Yeah,
they don't say you have to buy this Luigi with the vacuum cleaner.
No, I know.
Go get that.
Okay.
Whilst I'm talking. Right. So the reason why I feel that they've done this, I mean, there's a lot of speculation.
See, I think that is cool. I said that from day one. I think that is quite cool.
It's really cool.
But my point is that
for the audio, it's Luigi in a mansion with a ghost behind him, a coin and a dog.
But I feel that the next, whatever they give us, I don't want something that we've got tons of on the market already. It'd be good if whatever they brought out wasn't something else that's going to clutter up shelves. Because they've got a lot. They've got a lot of stuff out now.
Yeah, but there's like digital games that you can get with stuff. And
yeah, that's what I'm talking
like,
about. Stuff like that you can. That they
I don't
give us,
understand why you don't think it's a cool thing that they would do that for the special customers. I don't understand.
Because I'm not saying cool. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I don't want another plastic toy, specifically another plastic toy.
You can get like pencil cases.
Yeah, stuff that something that's a bit different. Yeah, but I don't want to see another plastic Mario, another plastic Luigi. I want something that, will look cool. What, like maybe if it was a piece of art. Something that's actual, like, cool, well-drawn art or something, or an art book of some kind, that'd be cool. Yeah? But, like, and also the stuff that's on there now, like, nothing really screams out at me at the minute.
You're saying Mario Golf Balls? Or not?
Yeah. Mario Golf Balls. That
because that tied in with Mario Golf and they brought
that out. It did, yeah.
The Mario Kart t-shirt's
I'd have
cool.
that, the Super Mario Galaxy soundtrack.
I've already got that one.
Yeah.
At Christmas they brought out the festive wrapping paper and stuff like that. It's really cool stuff that like you can't get anywhere else. There's digital wallpaper.
The Luigi relaxation set.
Yeah, for Dream Team, and there's like limited edition stuff per game, and then fun wall things. A Yoshi backpack. There's tons of stuff on there. Or you can trade them in for points for the eShop.
I'm talking about the one thing that we were saying they're going to release though. The main thing that they're going to release.
Oh, I thought you were saying Club Nintendo are a bunch of wankers for providing people with
what
really
I
cool
just
things.
said. What I just said was I don't want them to release another plastic toy as their last product. That
There will be.
Out
It'll be like a special Club Nintendo celebratory statue.
Yeah, it depends
Something
what it
like
looks like. It depends. I just don't want more plastic Marios and Luigis. I've got enough, and I think most people you can find them anywhere. I want to see something different. If they did bring out like a statue that was like gold and something and looked cool, then fair enough. But
because before they had the Mario Kart
the
trophies and everything
cool.
like that. That's what I mean. It's really cool stuff. It's never like the top tier stuff's never like really shitty stuff, like tacky, crappy, just a crappy Mario. Like that's a real cool diorama.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is I don't want another diorama before the end. I'd rather get I want a really, if they did like a really cool piece of artwork or something along those lines. Yeah, I'm all for that as their last like kind of product that they're bringing out. But I think they're gonna have to make something really different and cool. You know, that's kind of worth people spending the coins on. I think a lot of coins will get wasted. I think a lot of people will just because they don't. Not everyone keeps up with news of this kind. You know, and some people might put the coins online and be like, oh, well, one day I might spend them, and then all of a sudden realise that they're all gone.
So the reason why I feel like they're doing this is because their whole infrastructure is very limited and they didn't envisage the future when they first started this. I think 6 years ago. I think Club Nintendo's been going for. I just don't think they envisaged, like I say, like digital accounts locking together and everything like that. But see, the thing is, like they say, oh, I'm not sure if Nintendo's can sort of link, you know, like virtual console sales between if you've got the Mario on Wii U, you can get it on the 3DS for cross buys, sort of things like that. Which, I mean, I don't know technical side of things, but to me seems untrue. Just for the simple fact of it knows you've bought that, because if you've bought it on Wii, you can get it cheaper on Wii U.
So it knows, so it is
so
in
it
your
knows
account.
it has digitally linked up that.
Yeah.
And now that our the Nintendo accounts are the exact same thing, signing things on both, it knows on the 3DS that you've bought this. Plus, as well, I think there is this offers where it's like if you've bought this on 3DS, you can get it on Wii U for cheaper.
Well,
so it knows it's all talking to each
Smash
other.
Bros. Smash Bros. Says on the 3DS connect to the Wii U, so it must know when you've got.
No, but I'm on about no, because that'll be searching within approximately.
Okay, that won't go through.
I'm on about like the account wise. Account wise,
I know what you're saying.
It's all linked.
Of course it's all linked.
And the reason why I feel like they're ending it is because, like now the club is such a faff. You get your thing, you have to fill in about 50 questionnaire questions, which are the same every single time. Yeah. It's not just like remember my
questions,
details.
My answers,
you know what I mean? Like, it asks your age every time you go on it. The age of the person playing it. Is this your first game in the series? All this stuff. Did you buy a 3DS just to play this game? It's like, well, surely you can tell I've had a 3DS since the launch date. You gave me an ambassador thing, for fuck's sake. Like an ambassador certificate. Yeah. And a bunch of free games. You know that I've had this for this long. And, but I feel like that's integral in some way to that, to that infrastructure. And like now, I think obviously your system can tell whether you've got a game and whether you're playing the game, and it might be able to link all that up.
So you think that's
like without you having to do anything?
Okay. So what is it that you're saying that they're going to do?
I feel like they were like, oh crap, this is cumbersome. People aren't really in. I never used to enter the right stuff. I did it first, and then I just used to go, oh freaking I got that.
As quick as you can.
And I'm like, I'm a 57-year-old man and everything like that. And I think most people did that because it's so cumbersome. It has the same 10 questions, 20 questions, something like that every time. And it's just
that's one of the things where if they asked you that questionnaire once at the beginning and they remembered your answers, that would be useful data.
And like, I know they're like, oh, is this bot for you or someone else? If I click me, it should just go, right, I know everything about you. True. Yeah. If you go for someone else, then it can say, how old was this person? Yeah. Because that is valuable market research for it.
Of course it is, and it's a very good way of doing that because it's rewarding
but
that
it's
market
all
research.
Fake.
Yeah, because
I imagine, because like people enter it, like, and then after a while you're just like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Understands whatever.
Yeah. So I feel like maybe there's the way it was built 6 years ago was very unflexible, and it still needs all this stuff, whereas now they might come up with a way, right, you've got this game, when you put it in your system, do you want to register this with Club Nintendo? Click yes, and it sends all your information without even thinking, it's just registered to your account. Why can't it do that? It's the same way that
there's no reason why it can't. Look at the PlayStation and the Vita, same thing. they're both linked in that way. You can buy stuff on the PlayStation Store. It goes over to your Vita. It's cross-buy, all that stuff. It's the exact same situation you've got.
Because as well, it seems funny that the cross-buy thing for Mario vs Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Thanks Nintendo for doing that.
Yeah.
But you buy the game and they give you a download code that you have to take to your other system, enter this cumbersome long 18 character code, and then download the game. Whereas it should just know, oh, you've purchased this from the thingy. Do you want to add this to your Wii U? Yeah. Or when you go on your Wii U eShop, it says, oh, by the way,
that's free.
This is free.
Yeah.
Either that, or it's just on your home page or home thing waiting for you. Well, why have they not done that? It's because there's obviously something in the infrastructure, because there's no reason why they wouldn't do that. It's not because of any piracy reasons, any this, any that. In fact, this way, it's
because you could give it to your mate.
Giving you a code, you could say, right, here's a code, mate.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's something in the back end that's stopping this, and that's stopping all these unified accounts and all the problems that on episode 100, Truth 207, our good friend John Walton, I fucking love you. Sean Connery, I fucking love you. What he was saying about the fact like he lost his system, he lost all the games.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, he had his Wii U stolen, didn't he? And he had to go out and buy
he sold the Wii U.
Did he?
Yeah. But I think he was saying, like, if a 3DS was stolen...
if it was stolen, okay. Then he'd have to go out and buy... He had to ring up Nintendo and all that and sort that out.
But you need, like, crime numbers and
exactly.
all this
it's just messing
sort of
about.
Things, and it's like, you could quite easily do all that digitally.
Just sort it out,
Without
really
even... but there's obviously something in the back end stopping that, because Nintendo are purposely stopping this. I don't know
how does stopping Club Nintendo help that?
Because whatever they're coming out with next might
sort that out.
Okay. But Club Nintendo might have been the thing that was stopping it for some reason. I can't imagine it was, but it could. You know what I mean? Like, it could be. It seems. Why else would they change it? But they're bringing something else in.
I feel like, I don't know. But some of the stuff on Club Nintendo was getting outdated as well. Like, they still had. I find it weird that you could get eShop cards for the Wii on Club Nintendo, but not for the Wii U and stuff.
No,
like
I think they're all count as the same thing. I think.
Do they?
I think so, yeah.
So if you get eShop...
I'm sure I've used Wii points on the Wii U eShop.
I didn't know. I
think so.
I didn't know that. I thought you had to... yeah. So, I don't know, maybe
I'm looking forward to Flipnote. Anyway, Flipnote Studio.
Yeah.
How many animations are we just going to be sending over to you, like, of just you sucking a dick?
Yeah, probably.
Every day.
No, but...
For 1 month. And we'll upload them all.
Alright.
30 animations of Gabe sucking a dick.
Okay, that's just more work for you.
Oh, yeah. No.
It just works off worse for you than it does for me. But what was I going to say? Maybe they just found that it wasn't... People weren't as interested in Club Nintendo anymore. Maybe they found that people were buying games and just not even bothering putting the points in. Maybe do you know what I mean? Maybe they just found that it wasn't as popular as it used to be. And
but they're replacing it with...
But yeah, exactly. Maybe what they're replacing it with, maybe they think this will be more popular than Club Nintendo. I'd like to see something that rewards, maybe some digital kind of rewards, maybe some points that you can have discounts.
Well, I think now on the American, if you type Club Nintendo into Google, at this point it probably changes like rapidly. The first one in the news is Christian Today that comes up about Club Nintendo rewards program closing shop in September. But
so what would you like to see them replace it with? If they could replace it with anything, what would it be?
Exactly how it is now.
Club Nintendo.
But it just knows that you've got these games.
Oh, so not... What do you mean?
Exactly the rewards, exactly as they are now. The way that they've done, they're real cool. There's some kitsch items. They bring stuff linked to certain games.
There is some awesome items.
There's real cool stuff.
There is some really good items on there.
Keep that exactly as is.
Okay.
And the digital ones, which I think they've started offering, I think in the States, maybe now or in the near future, I think they're offering like Super Metroid for like 250 stars.
That's the type of thing that I want to see. Virtual console games. Because I think virtual console games are reasonably expensive. But if there were rewards for buying so many games, and then it'd be a bit more, I think more of them would get downloaded. Virtual console games would be good. Stuff like that, extra, even like mini games, like if you could just get like, I don't know, like Game and Watch mini games and stuff on your system. Like I think all stuff that's all like good playable products for the Wii U and the 3DS, you know, would be really nice.
Sorry, Moffat, who he'd said, it's Scott Moffat. He'd said Nintendo wanted, quote, to make the transition easy for Club Nintendo members, and we're adding dozens of new rewards and downloadable games so members can clean out their coin balances.
So they're adding some.
They're doing it in a very friendly
way,
way of.
They're not just going right. We're stopping now.
We're changing things.
No more.
We're going to give you some extra cool stuff.
Yeah.
There's probably going to be one major cool item before the end.
Yeah.
And we don't just want you to sort of like have a couple hundred, just there that you can't spend. So we're going to add some downloadable games for you as well.
And do you know what'd be cool?
Brilliant.
That would be really cool. If you know all these Wii games that they're discounting, imagine if you could get like Metroid Trilogy with your coins.
No, I think it's just.
No, I don't think they will. But how good would that be? But how good would it be if they got to the point where it is like that's how you get your virtual console games? You know, like, you don't have to get them. Like you can buy them as well, but also you know like they do a reward system. They may do that
because I mean I don't know how successful the virtual console is. I'm sure the core games do very well.
Yeah.
But good games that.
Do you know what would be good?
If I could finish a fucking sentence.
You cut me off all the time.
I don't.
Do you know if you bought a game and it had a scratch card in it, right? And it's a gamble. So sometimes you might scratch it off and you're like, oh my god, I got Link to the Past for free. Sometimes you might get nothing. Sometimes you might, you know, how good would that be? Like a little gamble card, like a little scratch card.
Right.
That'd be cool.
So what I was saying, before I was rudely interrupted, is that all these sort of like lesser games, I can't see people paying £5, £6, £7 for games that they've never heard of.
I've said that.
Or like even good games that are on the NES, like Dig Dug's on there.
Yeah.
People aren't going to spend like a few quid on that. 'Cause a lot of people have not heard of it.
Yeah.
Like I mean, obviously, old retro gamers and stuff, and people like me remember it. Like there's the arcade version, and everything like that. And Dig Dug is a great game, but people aren't going to know that and aren't going to buy it. So I wonder how successful the virtual console actually is.
Yeah.
And is this the reason why they've been holding back on GameCube and N64? Because they're not selling anything.
Okay. I thought it was going to go.
So they could translate this into I like imagine it costs them quite a lot of money to have Club Nintendo.
Yeah. Because
to have like a diorama like this design,
it's got to be built.
It's got to like a 3D designer with toy knowledge, not just a modeler, has got to design this product. It's got to go through all the kind of R&D, the kind of quality control. It's got to be printed and created and made and everything. You know, like and then distributed.
And if very few people are buying them, then it's not worth it. It's even more expensive.
Well, this is like an extra thing they're just giving you for free.
Yeah,
because the games cost that much anyway. So they're just going, this is a gift from our hearts. You know
what I'm saying is if not as many people are getting enough coins to buy stuff like that, then they're also probably losing money on, you know, kind of the benefits of what they've got.
Oh, no, I feel like with the ones like this, they always sell out. Like pretty quickly. They do always think it. But I'm thinking that it's still it's an investment of money from their point. Whereas if they replace this just purely with virtual console games,
virtual console scratch cards, that's what I want. And you scratch off, and it gives you a game, and it might be a crap one, it might be a really good one.
That's the gamble.
That's the gamble.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. Because you get a game, and there'd be the added excitement of the scratch card, let's scratch it off.
Yeah, but then when you got a digital game,
you what?
What if you download it digitally?
That's what I mean. You get a code.
No. What if I download?
If you bought a digital game,
there's like it does it on screen where you can do it on the touchpad.
Maybe, but I'd rather it just be a reward for those people who.
Well, no, because now they reward you digitally. So why would that's a step back?
True. That's true. Maybe there is.
In fact, it's better digitally because you don't have to fill in all
a digital scratch card then.
Yeah. Oh, you do have to fill it in. You do.
Either way, I think that'd be really cool because it would have the added excitement of, all right, I've just bought I've just bought Zelda, the new Zelda. Scratch it off. I've also got Super Metroid. Like that would be amazing.
Yeah, but then you'd get doubles all the time, and then what do you do with actually? You can't really download that.
That's part of the gamble. You give it to your mate or whatever. I think that's. I mean, I don't think that's what they'll do, but that'd be really cool. Like
I want it to stay with physical items. I don't think it will. I think what they're going to do is they're going to change it to digital rewards.
Digital rewards don't cost as much to make.
But they don't cost anything.
They don't cost anything to make. Well, apart from the price of giving out the thing itself.
But then, What do you mean?
Well, they don't cost anything to make, but what I'm saying is like they obviously cost a sale of that thing, the digital what. So if it was like Super Metroid that's £5.50 or whatever online, like they've lost the sale of that because they give it for free.
But then
that's
if
the other gamble
if
they're
they're
taking.
getting rid of the virtual console is just a rewards program because it's not selling that well.
Yeah.
Then maybe that's a cool thing. I mean, it obviously will cost them to create them ROMs, and each game, the reason why they're not just a couple of kilobytes, I've said before, is because the actual emulator is built into that. That's why they're quite big file sizes for a retro game.
Yeah, yeah.
But the actual emulator is built into that app.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a ROM.
Yeah.
So obviously that costs some money, but I assume it costs significantly less money to port over an old ROM, dump it in some sort of like emulator thing, which is probably already pre-made for them now.
Yeah.
Because like you can get SNES 9X or something like that emulator on your computer, or, or Nestopia or something like that, and that plays all the games. So you just drag that in.
Yeah.
So I assume they've got the emulators pre-built, and they just have to drag it in a wrapper and then send it to the eShop. Whether it is like that or not. If it's not, then I don't know why they're not doing it. And that would cost significantly less to just, link to the post, drag it in there, thing it up, bye, see you later.
Yeah.
Like one dude could do every virtual console game, you know what I mean? Like with 1 week, it could just be one guy's job.
Yeah.
Whereas it's going to cost a lot of money to manufacture these, to send them out, to all these things. Like so yeah, that's my thoughts on the eShop.
That's mine. That's what I'd like to see him do. You didn't say kind of what you want to see him do. Oh, you wanted to keep him exactly the same.
Yeah, I want it physical. I like it exactly how it is. The only thing that irritates me is the
questionnaire.
How cumbersome the questionnaire is. Like, I don't mind giving details to them because it's valuable for them.
But the same
But
details
at the same
over and
time,
over.
the same details every. It's not just remember.
True. Good topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. So, what was the second topic? It was. You wanted to talk about Amiibo.
I do want to talk about Amiibo. Well, we had the whole new wave of Amiibo announced, and I think
3 or 4 weeks ago now.
Yeah, 3 or 4 weeks ago now. But I think these are probably some of the best ones. And obviously there was the get them up. So there's the.
Well, do you want me to talk you through all of the waves?
Okay. Let's go wave one.
Because it's quite interesting. Because, like, for me personally, I've not really taken to the Amiibo.
Yeah, you've not really
caught
the bug, have you? You was quite excited for it.
Yeah, I think it's because I'm that much of a dire collector. If I buy one, I'll buy them all.
That's true.
And at
I
the
thought
moment,
I'd be like that, but I'm not.
They're just pieces of plastic to me.
Yeah, because you don't want to play them on Smash.
And I feel like I would rather just, if Nintendo said, "Oh, we've got some figures, here they are," I'd buy them, but. Because, like...
But these are figures
I'm not
that
gonna
also
use
do
them.
something.
No, but that's what I'm saying, but they don't.
Yeah, but they'll probably be...
They do something in a sort of fake, we're doing something kind of fashion, but we're not really doing anything.
I don't know, have you used them on Smash, though? That was my point. On Smash,
No.
they are quite interesting to train them up, and they I do think that they give you enough things, like if you look at all the things they've done with Hyrule Warriors, where they're bringing...
Well, it's like one spinner thing, which is like...
Yeah, but then they're also... Well, they're doing more stuff for Hyrule Warriors, aren't they? But what I'm saying is, like, all the different things, like the little extras, like the Toad that's coming out is going to do some on Captain
But now
Toad.
they're sort
I
of
like
just
what they're doing with it.
unlocking...
They are.
They're not actually...
Things.
I had such a different vision in my head for...
You're saying you'd buy the figures if they were just figures.
Because there was supposed to be figures and that's what they're doing. But because of this sort of, like... thing that's supposed to link to this other world, which was promised. You know what I mean? They said, "Oh, they've got big things. Like it's gonna be really cool." And to me, it's not. It's just unlocking some sort of like little crappy mini game that I'm probably gonna play once.
Well, none of
Toad,
them.
it's
None
the
of
hide
them.
and seek one.
Which I want to play.
Yeah, but you'll play it once. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but my point is that you've got the figures that you said you wanted. Can buy the figures and they look good. But they also do little things as well. Like that, to me, that's great. Like
yeah, but
digital and physical.
There's the whole potential of what these things could be,
but they might
just not
be
being fulfilled. Yeah, but they're not now. Is what I'm saying at the moment. They're just.
I don't know. I don't think. I think they could do to be maybe a tad cheaper. Some of them, especially like the ones that they're considering rare. I think is a bit insane.
They're probably actually quite cheap when you.
They are reasonably cheap overall, but I'm
talking
about the ones that are like 25, 30 quid that are coming out because you know what I mean, because they're hard to get and there's
but that's not
a different point in time.
Nintendo retail price for them is like £10.
But my point that I'm trying to say is that to me, they're figures. They look cool. Some of them don't look as cool as others, but generally they look quite cool. So they look nice displayed, and they also give me little extras on games and stuff. So I think I'm fine with that. I quite like them.
I think it's because of the potential that was advertised.
But it's not, it's still early days with them, really, and they might go to that as well. But at the minute, you're getting cool looking figures.
The $10.99 retail on the store, every single one of them.
How much is Little Mac there?
Yeah, they're all sold out.
I really want Little Mac.
They're all sold out on the
store.
store.
They're all sold out. It's crazy.
Which Nintendo on the store have actually limited.
Yeah.
On the UK official UK store is one
pre-order each.
Per order.
Yeah.
Not just pre-order, one.
Oh, is it per order?
Any
Jesus.
Any Amiibo, just one per person.
This is what's stressing me out. Okay. Nintendo have found something that people want. Okay. And they're not letting them have them. They're restricting how many you can. Do you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, but what they're having to do is they're a video game company, and they're having to manufacture a line of figures, which when you look at the 3DS sales for the past years and the Wii U sales for the past years, they probably didn't think they were going to sell many.
Probably not, but why aren't they getting on it?
Because it's not just like going, you can't just go like, oh, here's Willy Wonka's toy factory. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a lot of shit has to happen for all, like, how many toys is this? Like, I don't know, like 40 toys or something. They've got to like keep producing all these things.
But my point is all these new waves. Surely they sort of seen how well the first wave took off and being like, right, in the new waves,
yeah, but they're still catching up. That's what I mean. They're still catching up on these, and they've already got release schedules that have to coincide with game releases, so they can't push back these things because they're coming out for certain reasons.
It seems frustrating to me, looking at Nintendo and thinking, you found something that people want to buy now. People really want to buy these. And you can't find them. Like I've been looking for ages for quite a few Amiibos, and I want to give them my money. I want to go and buy them, but I can't find them anywhere. And to me, that's really frustrating. That Nintendo have it's no secret that they've had their problems with trying to move their merchandise recently, and they've found this merchandise that people want. Like, people have gone crazy for them, and it's so frustrating to me as a consumer and as someone who loves Nintendo to like see that a lot of people are kind of not having what they want fulfilled because they can't go to a shop and buy one. They can't order it online. Like, you can't find these things. Some of them you can.
Yeah.
If you
but
want,
again, like I say, like, it's not just the fact of, oh, let's put another million out. Like, a million things have to be made.
But the logistics of it, what I'm saying is that I fair enough, if that's how it is, that's how it is. But what I'm saying is, looking at it just from a consumer point of view, it's a really stressful thing to think that there's so many things that I want which I just can't have.
But then from Nintendo's point of
view,
you can't blame them for thinking, right, we'll put out 100,000 of these and whatever, because nothing out. Like, they probably released more than they actually thought. I want
them to bring out more. I want them to print not print more. Build more. I want them to send out a lot more of these.
I'm guessing that they are. You know what I mean?
They really should, because I think
they've got to do a lot.
Yeah.
It's not. They can't just say, right, make another 5 million units. It's like just, I say, these things have to be built.
It's true, and I hope they do, because then people can't be, because I think you've got a lot of people that have bought these rare ones and are selling them for stupid amounts, and people make a profit off the back of just kind of taking advantage of people who are like diehard consumers, going, right, I'll buy that.
Like, right, we'll just put each wave will just put 100,000 out, and they're probably not going to sell, and then the next wave we'll put another 100,000 out. We'll just do one wave, one blast.
I just hope they make more now. Now they realise that people want Little Mac.
I assume they are. You know what I mean? I assume that.
I hope so.
Everything's like.
I hope these don't become rare things that no one can get ever. Do you know what I mean? Like, I hope these become things that are really that you can walk into a shop and you've got a great range. Because at the minute, every time I go into a shop, here's what I see. I see Link, I see Star Fox, I see Samus, I see Pikachu, and possibly Peach.
What about Mario?
Don't see Mario. Oh. I haven't seen Mario. I haven't seen a Mario in the store on its own. Yeah. How crazy is that? Even Mario.
Right, so the actual waves of Amiibo figures.
Okay.
Okay, so the first wave, which was the Smash wave.
Yeah.
Okay. And it gets quite confusing.
It does get quite confusing.
But right, so they've got Mario, Link, Fox, Yoshi, Villager, Pikachu, Princess Peach, Kirby, Marth, Wii Fit Trainer, Samus Aran, and Donkey Kong. That's Wave 1.
I think Wave 1 was really good.
It's really good.
When you look at the range of different titles that they've gone through as well. They've kind of not just done these are all from Mario. They've kind of given you Mario, Link, stuff. You know what I mean? There's loads of different.
So that was Wave 1.
Types of characters.
And that came out on 21st of November.
Mm-hmm.
The same day as
Remember it
Smash.
well. And it's Smash.
Obviously. Right, so Wave 2, which was Zelda, Little Mac, Diddy Kong, Luigi, Captain Falcon, and Pit.
See, I've got Luigi out of Wave 2, because again, these are really hard to find. I saw him in the shop and I was like, yes! But I've one Little Mac. I can't believe that Little Mac's going for like 50 quid. It's crazy to me. I really want him.
Is he in stock on the official Nintendo site?
I assume not. You can't find him anywhere. If he's on stock on the Nintendo Sushi site, Nintendo Sushi site,
we ain't got any.
on the official Nintendo site, we ain't got any. I'll buy him right here and now.
Right, let's go through. So Luigi's in stock, Diddy's in stock, Link's in stock, Samus is in stock, Mario's in stock, Pikachu's in stock, Peach, Fox, Donkey Kong, Yoshi, Bowser, Ike, Toon Link,
I really want Toon Link,
and Lucaria are all in stock. Everything else is sold out.
Everything else is sold out.
From every wave.
And there's a lot.
Everything.
That's a lot.
Right, so okay, so
Wave
3.
Wave 3.
Which I believe just got released. I think here it says available February, but I believe it might be different in the States.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm sure
you can buy Link now. Toon Link, so we must be over here. So what we got in Wave 3?
Lucaria,
yeah,
Rosalina, and Luma as well. Yeah. Bowser.
I love that loads of people got her confused with Elsa, didn't they, over Christmas? Yeah. I found that really fun.
Toon Link, Sheik, Ike, Meta Knight, which looks really cool actually.
Yeah.
King Dedede, which looks really cool.
Yeah.
Shulk, Sonic, and Mega Man. Mega Man looks fucking
he looks
balls deep and fucking awesome. Okay, and then Wave 4, which is spring.
So like May kind of time.
That is Robin, Lucina, Wario, which Wario is my favourite one.
Wario does look really cool.
Wario's the best.
If you haven't seen him yet, check him out.
Pac-Man, Ness, and Charizard.
Yeah.
Which all look really cool, actually. They're probably the coolest looking wave, maybe?
No, I don't know. I think Robin and Lucina are a very similar kind of feel.
And then it gets confusing because they're all the Super Smash Bros. Series, and then there's some sort of Mario Party series with the red base instead of the black.
And a bit more cartoony.
Yeah, and this one's got Mario and Luigi that pretty much just look like the McDonald's figures that they released.
Yeah, although I prefer that Luigi to the Smash Bros. Luigi, because I've got the Smash Bros. Luigi, got a weird thing under his
Peach, who looks like a very traditional
again, I prefer
Mario
that. I prefer that Peach.
Bowser, again.
He looks pretty much the same as
the
other
looks
one,
like the 3D Land and 3D World Bowser. Yoshi, which doesn't look really any different whatsoever.
Toad.
From the other one.
I want Toad.
And then Toad, which obviously...
I really want Toad for Captain Toad. I want to play that minigame, the hide and seek one. I'm obsessed with Captain Toad.
So they're coming out March 20th.
They are. So there's a lot out. When you think about how many of these things are out there in the wild, there are a lot of different ones.
That's what I mean, and they've got to keep producing tens, hundreds of thousands of these things.
But they chose to make these products, so...
Yeah, but they obviously...
That's their issue to
thought
solve.
They would sell a lot less than they did. Like, no one could have predicted how well they sold.
No.
When they don't really do anything at the moment. Obviously, Smash was successful.
Yeah.
But what it unlocks, like in Mario Party, is that like a game board and something else.
Yeah.
It's like I just had these really cool, grand things in my head that I felt they were going to do with Amiibo.
Again, they might. You know, they might do more.
But then, is this first Series 1, the chip in it is sort of like links with Smash, but then you can wipe it for something. It's just very confusing.
I think it's really cool though, the Mario Party, because like they said, it's like counters in a you know what I mean, and that's quite a nice idea that you can come with your figure, and it's like bringing your own kind of counter to join. I think
I just expected some sort of like Disney Infinity kind of thing.
Nintendo Infinity or whatever, you know what I mean? That'd be amazing. That really would be amazing, but
Nintendo Universe.
Yeah, but we don't have it.
No, I know, and that's what I'm saying.
But what we have got, we have God, and that's what's
He's omnipresent.
Yeah, But we have got is okay. I'm fine with it. I quite like them. They look cool and they unlock things, and that's good for me so far. The worth getting, in my opinion. And I think that generally, in terms of the different waves that they've had, there's always been ones within each wave. In every wave, there's been one that I've been like, I need that one. Do you know what I mean? First wave, it was loads of them, but Peach, Link, like the second wave, Luigi. I had to have Luigi, and Little Mac. You know, third wave, Toon Link. You know, every wave that comes out. Fourth wave, which is thinking the Mario Party wave.
Yeah.
I want Toad. So there has been something that's kind of pleased everyone.
Yeah.
And a fourth wave is I want Wario in the fourth wave.
Yeah,
Then it's the Mario Party wave.
Yeah.
So there's ones in every wave that I've been like, I need that one.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
So, but I'm different to you in that you think that if you started, you won't be able to stop. You know, as a collector, you go a bit crazy. I'm alright with going, I like that one, I'll have that one. Not a big fan of that one, don't need that one. That game, I like that game, but I don't like that character. I'm okay with picking and choosing. And I didn't think I would be, I thought I'd need them all. But I think part of that has been because, like I said, some of them are 50 quid. You know, and some
But then if like Nintendo Land 2, Nintendo Universe, whatever came out, the whole thing, like Disney
it would
Infinity,
be cool.
I'd buy them all.
It would be cool.
Straight away.
Yeah.
I'd buy every single one.
That costs so much money.
I'd do it.
That would be like 400
It'd be like a grand
quid.
or something probably by the time that comes out.
Probably would be about a grand.
I'd just slap a grand down and just say, there you go, son.
Yeah.
Send me some joy.
Who would you go to?
What
You'd
do you
have to
mean?
go all over the place, wouldn't you? There wouldn't be one place that sold them all.
I'd just
Give it to some...
slap a grand
guy.
down on the floor and just say, someone do that.
Yeah, sort that out for me.
There you go. The Lucario one looks really cool.
It does. Do you want to show it to the camera?
I don't think
Oh, will
it'll
that not
very
work?
well.
Will that not work?
No.
Look at
People
Lucario
can
now.
look it up. Lucario one looks really
Lucario
cool.
looks really cool.
Which is really cool
Charizard looks
because
cool.
the Harada came out on that live stream last
the
week.
new
and
Pokemon
said,
game. What's it called? Poke...
They're Pokken.
Pokken.
It's like Puck and Tekken. Pokken.
It's a false name, that, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
um,
Right, and he came out on that, and they announced a new controller. Because
What do you think's the new
right, for the
controller?
people who are listening
oh, yeah, they know
and
what
watching
Pokemon is.
who don't know what Pokken is, it's a cross, like I said, between Pokemon and Tekken. So it's obviously a fighting game.
Mm-hmm. It's quite cool.
But it's got all the powers and stuff from Pokemon.
It looks really cool.
It's kind of like Smash.
It is like Smash. It's like a
but
it's like a behind view
it's
Smash.
Like, yeah, it's like a 3/4 view Smash.
Yeah. True.
Because the way that they fight and like the powers and
It
stuff.
looks
like,
very similar to Smash in that way. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Because it's not just a fighter. There's
yeah.
all the like chucking powers out.
Different
And
powers, yeah. And you can kind of move around very differently from a fighter. You know, it's not like you're on this like flat screen where you can either go forward and back. Like it's like a sumo ring almost, and you kind of move around it.
Yeah.
And I really liked it.
So they announced the controller. So in fact, I've got an article here from Nintendo Life. Everyone go over to
What's your
nintendolife.com
opinion
and
of the
read
controller?
the article by Ron Del Villano.
Cool
Okay.
name. So what's your opinion of the controller?
Well, I'm just going to read what he's written about the controller.
Okay.
Initially teased it as a tech demo. Oh, this is just talking about the thing. We now better understand the game's potential through the reveal of the game's controller and gameplay, and it all looks surprisingly familiar. Unveiled through a live stream presented with Pokken Tournament's producer, Harada-san. Okay, so Harada, so Katsuhiro Harada. It's always a mouthful. He's the guy who was the director and producer on all the Tekken games, pretty much. He's doing this as well. But interestingly enough, in fact, what's really interesting is he was the person who, just before the Wii U came out, they were releasing Tekken Tag Tournament, with all the extra Mario power-ups. And he said...
Which, by the way, is really cheap on the Nintendo Store at the minute.
On the eShop?
On the eShop, sorry. It's like £8.
Is it?
Yeah. I nearly bought it the other day.
Okay. What was I going to say?
He was the guy that
Yeah, who went to the media and said, it's not even as powerful as a 360 and PS3. Like, at the time, it was like, it's like, the CPU is really slow and all this stuff. If I remember rightly, you know what I mean, I might be quoting him wrong.
talking out your arsehole.
But, yeah, probably. But, as well, he's working, considering he's like, was like, oh, we was a bit shit. He's working on that, that Project Treasure game that was announced during the
Yeah.
Nintendo Direct, done by Bandai Namco. They're I don't really know what that game was because it just
didn't give you anything.
Didn't really say anything.
Didn't
It was like, oh, we're not going to tell you what it's called, but for now it's Project Treasure. We're not going to tell you what it does, but for now it does nothing.
I really hope the final name is in Treasure.
I don't think it will be,
No.
but it was online only, and that's all they were really saying about it, really.
So, what's your opinion of Pokken then?
Pokken. Sorry, yes, I was reading what he was saying about the controls. Sorry. The controls accompanying units won't feature classic arcade sticks and buttons, which all
This messes with my head.
Arcade Fighters has.
Yeah.
But instead opt for what looks like a large Super Famicom controller. I'll take slight issue there.
So
it looks nothing like a Famicom.
It looks nothing like a Famicom.
But I think what he's saying is the inputs, because it had the 4 buttons, 2 triggers at the back, and a D-pad. So yeah, I suppose it's structured like it looks more like a PS1 controller.
It does.
If someone's
a third-party PS1
like
controller,
Stretch Armstrong,
a
PS1 controller.
See, it kind of looks like the Batman logo as well.
But it's a D-pad. It's a surprising thing.
That's what, because it's a circle. It's a game where you can go because they've created this arena where you're not just going forward and backwards. You can go always. It seems ideal for a circle pad. Yeah. It seems like that's just. I want to move around with the circle pad.
And as well, I think
maybe the D-pad is because whenever I play something like Injustice or any game like that,
but that's when it's side.
Yeah, but it's like it goes like up, down.
No, but what
circle,
I'm saying
square
is,
or whatever, on
I
the
think
PS4.
Ron alludes to this a little bit in his thing about. What I was thinking was that if it's just D-pad, just that 8-way controls, left, right, up, down, diagonal.
Yeah.
Why isn't that just on an arcade stick? Which is that?
Yeah.
And
true.
And I think what Ron was sort of saying was that is that because it's coming to Wii U?
I hope so.
Because mind you, it could have an analog in the arcade, but I'm not sure what the sort of like technical. I don't really know much about like developing for arcades. So have they put it on an actual controller input because that'd be easier? But then still, even if it was on stick, like a stick and 4 buttons or 6 buttons because it's the triggers. All it is remapping controls. There's literally no work whatsoever. So I don't know why, unless it's getting people used to playing it on a controller, so it's an easy. I don't understand.
I really hope we see this game on Wii U. If you kind of look for the video as well, there's a video of them kind of playing through, and I was a bit like, what the hell? You know, when you first said to me, oh, they're doing a Tekken Pokemon game, I was like, that's mental. And then when I actually saw it being played, it's kind of like a sumo battle kind of thing. Oh, that's what it looks to me anyway. And I was like, actually, that looks fun. I actually want to play that game. You know, like it seems reasonably simple in terms of like, oh, so you can't go out the arena, look. It seems reasonably simple in terms of, you know, like he's not gonna blow you away with all this craziness. But
I think it looks fucking awesome.
It's quite but it's quite a simple concept. You know, kind of the two in the ring. You got to fight in this kind of nice enough background. It looks like a game that would be great on the eShop that you could just buy and have on your Wii U for kind of now and again.
Because I think like when it was first announced, because there was what do you call it? How's it called? Lucaria. He's very human-like.
Yeah, he is.
And he was battling Mewtwo.
He's very human-like.
I think on this very first, which was very human-like. And it's like, well, is it just going to be a fighter? But then there was Pikachu, and he was using like his electric moves, and there was real cool effects, and like the way it was panning around and stuff like that when the effects would have been.
And they had like a super move that Pikachu did, didn't they? The screen kind of went black and stuff. It was cool. It was like Smash. It was like Smash.
Yeah, it was like
a different camera angle.
3D Smash.
Yeah.
3D perspective. 3D. Yeah, it's good.
I think I want to see that on the Wii U.
I want to play it.
It's more content for the Wii U. It looks good. It looks
The arcade
fun.
cabinets have online multiplayer.
Really?
So you'll be able to play with like someone in.
That's really weird, though, isn't it?
Well, if someone's.
Wouldn't they have to be there at the exact? Do you know what I mean? It'd be odd, wouldn't it? They have to be on because like with a gamepad you can just join it with.
There's local multiplayer as well, so like the cabinets
yeah.
next to each other. But if you've got alone, you're like, I wonder if anyone's on that. And they're like,
That's
some
crazy.
guy's searching for a game. Put your quarter
That's
in.
really crazy, though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's bizarre. It's cool. But it's
And the
bizarre.
Mega Revolutions were there, and sort of special attacks and everything, like you were saying. But yeah, that's really cool. So yeah, Amiibos.
Yeah, well, we talked to Amiibos and Pokken there. So, yeah, I think we've both got kind of different opinions a little bit on the Amiibos.
Oh, you
But I
can
wanna
change
see where it's
the
going.
different stages because that was in Crom Town. So I wonder if you can go to like Pallet Town and
Hopefully.
I don't know.
Hopefully. I want to go to Viridian City.
Mm.
I want to fight in Viridian City.
Am
To Viridian City.
I'm on the road. I'm on the road. Right. So the final topic
Final topic.
was submitted via Twitter,
Yeah.
a website you may have heard of.
Yeah, it's
You've heard of Twitter?
Apparently it's popular amongst the kids.
Yeah, all the kids are playing with it. By Martin Pullen, who, if you want to hear from him and his stories about the Special Olympics,
Mhm.
you can listen to podcast episode 100.
Yeah.
So if you just type Nintendo Sushi into your
It's
iTunes
about
feed
45
or
minutes
anything.
in, isn't it?
I'm not sure where it is.
Yeah,
Just
it's
listen to it all.
Listen to it all.
Yeah.
You'll hear some good stuff. Okay, so, right,
Martin
what did he say? What did old MP say?
Who on Twitter, if you want to add, is at Martin Pullen. Martin with a Y.
Yeah.
Because he's
Odd spelling.
no, I've seen it that way.
I know, I've seen it that way,
He's
but
very
it's-
gentry
Yeah.
and
Martin.
yeah. Anyway, he said, "What would you both do if you were put in charge of Nintendo for the next 6 years?" And he says, "No killing off employees by hit and run." First of all,
Arbitrary number of years. 6.
well, yeah, it could be like fives, like
Yeah,
the
it just
general
seems
sort
odd,
of
6.
arbiter with things
Yeah.
like that. But first of all, I think a lot of people would have to be killed off by hit and run for us to be in the.
Yeah, I think we're somewhere down the list.
We're on that list.
Yeah, we're on that list. It's like the royal family.
But I mean, Iwata's got to go.
Yeah.
There's got to be a lot of hit
You
and
take
runs.
Iwata, I'll go for Reggie.
Well,
I'll
yeah,
take
well, Reggie, he can just stay in charge of America. He
leave him
just
for that,
sort
yeah.
of stands there.
So we're just taking over Japan.
No, we're taking the full
Oh, the full
thing.
company,
So
okay.
we're Iwata. We're
All
taking
right,
about
okay.
everything.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is surely Reggie's going to be somewhere down the line. He's certainly going to be before us as the head of all Nintendo. We're going to have to kill him
Maybe.
at some point. I think he's going to be the hard one. He's going to be like the boss. He's going to be the Bowser. That guy can fight.
Yeah. So if we was put in charge, I think basically what he's asking is, what do you want
From Nintendo
to
in the future.
Yeah. So, and the reason why he was saying about no hit and run employees is the tragic death.
Of course, yeah. I get it.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So, so what we
Okay,
think?
I've got quite a lot of theories on this.
Mm.
One thing that I want to see, right, from Nintendo, this might be a little bit against what most people think. I think they need to design
poking for
yeah, a console, the new console. I think what they need to design is something.
It's almost certainly in R&D at the moment.
Almost definitely, yeah. Something that's reasonably expensive looking, expensive feeling. I think they need to go for that market. And now
An iPhone looks
I
like
think
a
they need to
fabulous
move
piece of
out
kit.
of this kind of like, because it's not working at the minute. For it hasn't the Wii U, they went for the family friendly pricing and stuff, and I think now they need to go look what we can do.
Well, the thing with the Wii was like I think when we was talking to Colin, he mentioned this, the fact that the attach rate was so low.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
There was 110 million Wiis.
Yeah.
But there was like maybe a quarter of them actually bought any game other than
Yeah,
the
true.
Wii Sports that came with it. So
Yeah.
so like they made loads of money with the console sale, but then after then
Software, yeah,
it just dried up.
dropped. Yeah.
And then they were like, shit, we made like fucking shit ton of money on the Wii. Let's do it again with the Wii U.
U.
And it's like, well, no, because people have got the Wii Sports
And people are
machine
still
now
playing
with
the Wii.
People are still playing the Wii. And in fact, I took Layla to a sort of musical theatre class the other day.
You did?
And there was a little kid who came in and was talking to the reception
Yeah.
guy. And was saying, oh, yeah, I was playing on my Wii.
Yeah.
And there were probably like some game on the Wii, and I was
Yeah.
like, really?
Yeah.
And
So
I was sat
this-
there on my 3DS playing
Yeah,
Shovel
yeah.
Knight.
I came down and saw you, and you had your Mario hat on, your Zelda T-shirt, and you was playing your new 3DS. I was like, you man-child. But anyway, yeah. So what I want is them to put a lot of money into an expensive looking. Even the price can be double what the Wii U was. You know, a really
Have any of their things looked expensive?
not really.
NES didn't. NES looked like some sort of
SNES definitely done.
No.
We can see it right here. N64
done.
The GameCube.
Actually, the N64 looked quite futuristic at the time. Actually.
Yeah,
it did actually look classy at the
yeah.
time. I remember it like coming out and being like, wow. Although I thought the Saturn looked the classiest out of them. I know now when you look back now, it was this big cumbersome like square box thing.
Yeah.
But at the time, I remember that looking like this like real futuristic piece of kit. Like
the GameCube.
GameCube.
I thought it looks like a toy, but for all the right reasons. I thought it looked really cool, the GameCube, but it doesn't look expensive.
But what I'm saying is that's what Nintendo are after.
And I think they
Nintendo
need to
go for the.
They do.
Look, we're a toy. We're not going to take ourselves too seriously. We are a toy at the end of the
day.
Right. We've got a plumber with a fucking hat on.
Yeah.
Pushing blocks.
Yeah.
And fucking, you know what I mean?
But hear me out on this, right? So an expensive looking piece of hardware. Okay,
we
shows off.
We looked expensive.
This is what I was talking about. You cut me off.
Yeah, but we looked good.
It did look expensive. Yeah, it did look.
Especially in its little sideways cradle,
true.
held up
when it was stood up
with the blue LED light.
Yeah,
fucking hell, that
nice.
looks sexy.
That did look very
Wii U done.
So, so if the kind of this expensive piece of hardware
does
what I want it to do, which is that it's got like even like a gamepad type thing, but a more expensive, more snazzy version that you can take away from the console, and it is your handheld and your home console in one.
Yeah, but then your power limits are going to be.
It does. It will be a problem.
And then you've got the third party problem again.
You have.
Think about it.
No, because certain games.
Executor.
No, because some games could just be available to play on the hardware, but the Nintendo game,
see now you're getting all confusing again. You're getting all Wii U now. You're like, this game works on the telly. This one done. This one you can take Wii U. This one you can't. You're getting confusing now, son.
No, I think that'd be fine. I think it'd be cool if you could have something that was your hardware that you can play at home. Then you can pick up this thing and take it away from the TV.
No, that would be cool, and I've always said that. But there's a power problem that third parties are not going to want to touch, because now if they make an Xbox game, they literally just go, right, there you go, Xbox version, PS3 version, 4 version, they're done.
But I don't think it'd be a giant problem if it was a case of this can only be played on the TV. Like, I think if it made it very clear of these are
I know, but then you might as well just have a handheld one thingy man.
No, because then the third party people that are coming in, like they can do ones. Your handheld stuff could be just available for the gamepad thing. You
might as well just have what you got now.
I don't think you do. No, because then
what you've got now.
No, because it's really cool because you buy one game once, you play it on there, and then you can walk away and keep playing it on this handheld.
No, but you can't, can you? Because it only works on the telly.
Not all. I'm saying the few third party games. Yeah.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You don't want just a few third party games. So that's what you've got with the Wii U, and that's what you had with the Wii. They need third parties.
Yeah, they do. But what I'm trying to say is that it's you can just play certain games on the TV, you can just play certain games on the handheld, but they're also releasing games that can be done on both, and it's the same game on both. Also, if they're putting a lot of money into this thing, and making it so that this handheld thing is very, very powerful. When you look at the PlayStation Vita, it's got great graphics. It's
nothing
very
compared
powerful.
to PS4.
No, but
it can't even run certain PS3
but
games.
how old is the PlayStation Vita now? It's very old, and what could they do now if they put a good amount of money into something that's handheld?
Yeah, but the thing is, with handheld stuff, you can never get as good as the console stuff, because that's the reason why, like, PS4 and Xbox One are these humongous, great big things. I know there was rumours recently that they're going to release a PS4 Slim, which the pictures looked fake to me. But they're these humongous things, and then a few years down the line, they're like, oh, we can fit this smaller now.
Yeah.
But when it first comes out, it needs to be this big, great, lumbering. Look at that original Xbox. It's humongous.
That's not even one of the originals. But my point is that that's the kind of innovation that they need. The kind of innovation that hasn't been done yet, but has been teased. Okay, we've been teased it with off play, off screen play, whatever it's called, with the Vita, remote play with the Vita, where you can play it well away from your TV. Yeah, like that. The Vita's doing that. The Vita's managing.
Not very well though, is it?
No, but then what I'm saying is we've got a few years for the R&D to see if there is a way of doing this.
Yeah, but then the home console is going to be even more powerful than in a few years.
Yeah.
And then you've just got this ever-thinking battle where I really don't think like, oh, you can play this one on the TV, this one on the handheld, but not. I think if it's going to be one way you can play it on your TV and walk away, that's what it has to be. Because Nintendo are always slagged off for having this confusing, like, oh, you can sort of use this controller with that, this with that, but not that. It says on the box, but it's still confusing to, like, it's not to us and to people who read IGN and listen to us and, like, thingy, but the general populace don't do that. And, like,
Then
this stuff
what do
is
you want to see with the next
confusing.
console? Exactly. Like at least I'm throwing ideas out.
No, I know. I'm just saying that that's not the way to go.
I think it is. I think something that you can take away from your TV is completely where we're going. I think that's the route
that's what I'm saying. That's a good idea, but it working when you're at home and then not, and then some it works just when you're out and somewhere. You know what I mean? That's not good.
But then you're not going to get your third party support at all.
That's what I'm saying. But then I think the problem with Nintendo have put themselves in this weird position where they are the ones that do this crazy stuff, which is good, and the industry needs this stuff to keep progressing.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't just need a third console that's the same power, the same. Yeah. It's just it's got a good controller, and it runs the games, and it's just all the third party games and stuff like that. Because I know financially this has been a problem, the third party thing, but we don't need that.
So you're saying that they should kind of go off on their own and
they should do the thing where you can take the handheld out and carry and play.
But I accept that they're not going to have third party support.
Well, if this thing was like legit, and it was, I mean, like if you're talking feasible, because you're saying they can do a lot with technology now, but to get even just a PS3 running on a handheld, because Vita's nowhere near that. The actual cost of that machine would be exponential.
It would.
It would be phenomenal.
But I don't think it would be a bad idea for them to do something a little bit pricier that looks a bit suaver, that's kind of got like a different edge to it. Because like you said with the Wii looked suave. It was different from what anyone else was doing at the time.
I think Nintendo needs to stay different, is what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, and I think that this idea would be very different.
I'm agreeing with that. I'm not saying that idea is bad. I'm saying the whole confused message of certain things work. That's bad. That's bad. That's not going to work. But they've always been different, and that's why Nintendo and Nintendo. We don't, like I say, we don't just need a third Call of Duty box.
No, we don't. That's very true, and that's exactly how I see Nintendo.
What if they came out now, if they said, "Oh, sorry about the Wii U, sorry." Mistake. Our mistake. Sorry about that. Here's the Super Wii.
The Wii U
whatever.
2.
No.
Hello.
The whatever. You know what I mean? The gravel box.
Yeah.
Then it'd just be a third console that's as powerful as the thing is. People already have these other two now, so they'd be like, that's the worst thing. The thing appealing to the third parties is the thing that would kill it anyway. They're in a really like
a weird position, but they've always been there. Because if you look at
they've not always been there.
No, but if you look at the N64, third parties didn't want to develop for that because they had to make the cartridges and it was a problem. If you look at the GameCube
had good
third party, but then they had to make it on these little discs, and it was like a little bit different. And they kind of, a lot of third parties didn't touch the GameCube, although they did have some third party support. The Wii, all the third party support on the Wii.
It actually had good third party support, but they were just but they were just games that weren't as good as the other one.
Exactly. So, but I think for third parties, there's always been an issue of some kind since
apart from
the N64. Since the N64.
Great for them, and they're doing things now the same way that they were there, like developers now have other options.
But I think since the N64, the third party developers have always had a bit of an issue with Nintendo anyway. So maybe now is the time where they just cut them ties and go, right, we're going on our own, we're doing our own thing. We don't want Call of Duty, we want our own thing.
But then like customers are only going to get 5 games a year. If that.
That's the problem. That's the issue. That is the real issue.
Because if they literally go, right, we're going on our own, like, they've only got a finite amount of studios.
They do.
A game now takes 3-4 years to develop, and unless they're just making Captain Toads, they can't just keep bashing out these huge games.
The beauty of that console, though, and
you wouldn't even be able to get 5 a year, I don't think.
No, you probably won't. The beauty of that console, though, yeah, but you would.
How?
Because they wouldn't be working on games for the 3DS anymore. Because you've got your handheld there.
Yeah, but what have they brought out for the 3DS for the past 2 years?
That's true. But what I mean is then all of them studios are coming in on one console, which is still... They're going to be getting more than they're getting now anyway. But then you can bring out... And I know it's bad. I know they probably shouldn't. But then you can bring out your... You can re-release your GameCube games. Because now you can take them on the go. You can re-release the hit Wii games. You can make Mario Galaxy. You can take that on the... You know, like... They can re-release stuff on a console like that because you'll be able to do it on your TV.
Well, there is the problem of all the Wii games have motion control support, and you couldn't really do that.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. But you know what I mean? They've got this option of re-releasing some stuff that you can now take away from your TV and play on your TV, which would be great. But there again, you know, again.
No, I agree. That's the way that they go, but they need to understand.
They'd have to expand. They'd have to expand. Get a new first party developer.
I mean, they've got enough money to do that.
They have, yeah.
And they just need to do smart things now. So if they did that, if we did that, sorry,
we're in charge.
So we've got this sort of like, what was that code name that it was supposed to be called?
Wasn't it the Revolution? No, was the Wii. Code name.
What was it called? They had a cool name.
It was a cool name.
Anyway, so there was that, and
code name Sexplosion.
Yeah. So I think yeah, so get that immersion, but then they'd have to do some sort of I mean, it might bring, if this sells gangbusters, then the third parties are going to be interested. But then the third parties are in an awkward position, whereas now they can make one thing and they get twice the money because it's two things,
2 consoles.
Whereas if they were going to make something for this cool new thing, they'd need another studio working on things for this and everything like that.
But that's why they need to invest in like something that is going to be worth. People are going to go, holy shit, I want that. You know what I mean? Like they need to get some. Because you looked at the Wii U, and very few people were like, I need that thing. I think a lot of people are like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'll get that. It's reasonably cheap. Like I think they need to make something now that's like, holy shit, I need that new console. It's the most powerful thing on the market. Because people love saying that. People love saying I've got the most powerful console on the market.
Yeah, I think the thing with Nintendo is their consoles have always been underpowered. Apart from the GameCube, they kind of went toe-to-toe with other things at the time.
Beautiful.
But they've always been underpowered.
They have.
The NES was old technology.
Yeah.
The SNES was like probably lesser technology than the Mega Drive.
Yeah.
The Genesis, but the Genesis didn't do better.
Yeah.
Sorry, the SNES did better because of their previous relations. The N64, it was a 64-bit console, whereas PlayStation was a 32-bit console.
N64,
it had better graphics, but they were a lot more blocky. There was weird stuff going on with that. That one's like a weird anomaly. Then the GameCube went pretty toe-to-toe.
It depends. The GameCube was good at stylized stuff.
But it was... they've always been able to get the most because they go, look, we can do these amazing experiences with this old technology.
Yeah.
And it's only now when the whole narrative in the media and with the general public is we need things to look like real life.
Yeah.
That they've had their first problem with
Kind of. But now if they're like, right, now we look what we did before with old technology. Now we're going to have the newest technology, newer than your PS4, newer than
it's not going to be though, is it? If it's going to be handheld as well. It's not going to be new. It's not going to be more powerful than the PS4.
Maybe not more powerful, but at the same time, I mean, we don't know what can be done. Like, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. We don't know where technology actually is until we actually get it. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot
further. No, but we can work out how much processors cost and how much everything like that costs.
But
when you actually add it up, I think maybe IGN did this like back in the day when the 3DS was coming out, or when the Wii U was coming out. No, when the Wii U was coming out, they made a Wii U, out of parts, like the exact parts that uses, or the equivalent, because they use like proprietary chipsets and stuff, and it cost a little bit more than the Wii U.
Yeah.
Whereas if you was going to do like the PS4 things now, but on chips that are small enough to take, it's going to be thousands. You know what I mean?
It's going to be
like NASA sort of shit.
It is, but I do think they need to go down that route. This new thing that's
it's not going to be as powerful as a PS4.
It might not be as powerful as a PS. It might not be as.
You'd
powerful.
be lucky if it was as powerful as a Wii U.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. I'd like it to be more powerful than Wii U.
Well, you'd be lucky if it was
I'm
as
in
powerful
charge.
as Wii U.
I'm in charge.
You're in charge.
I don't
but
worry about the
that's-
technology. I just said do it.
No, but you also have to worry about the financial implications.
I'm just stood at the
That's
top
your
saying-
job. That's literally your job.
No, I'm sat at the top going, do it and make it cheap.
No, that's
And then
literally
everyone else
that
has
is
to worry
your
about that.
worry. And
It doesn't. But like I was just saying, it doesn't need to be cheap anyway. It could be, 400, 500 quid.
no, but I'm talking to get like that. It'd be
A lot.
2 or 3 grand. You know what I mean? Like probably more. It'd be ridiculous.
Yeah.
And you can't
But
do
this
that.
is in the next 6 years anyway. So it could be 3 more years before that comes out. The technology is always improving. So
And again,
maybe
I
in
reckon
3
I'm
years-
saying in 3 years you'd
That might be
be
possible.
good if you could get the power of the Wii U.
Even so, that.
But there's a lot of stuff you can do on the Wii. Look at Xenoblade.
Yeah, it's
and
beautiful.
stuff like it's gorgeous. You know what I mean? There's stuff that can be done with the Wii U. There's just developers out taking charge and doing that stuff with it. But if you could have something as powerful as the Wii U, which the Wii U's no slouch, like people say, oh, the Wii U's thingy. It's good enough to play really good games.
Yeah.
And that's literally all that matters at the end of the day. Gameplay is king.
If you don't believe
But
that,
if you
play
had the
Mario
Wii
Kart
U,
8.
if you had the 1080p device in your hand, the Wii U in your hand, how fucking baller
Oh,
would that be?
awesome.
That's what I'm saying. So if like you've got literally, it's the same power as the Wii U, but they're like, yeah, but you can just walk out the door with it.
Is it possible for it to be up-resed when you put it on a TV?
See, another problem I've just come up with.
Go on.
I'm saying, getting all the parts, for
Yeah.
this small. Have you seen the fucking size of the power unit that's in the PS4?
Yeah, that's true.
How you're gonna need to take a power station with you?
This is all stuff for the technology.
No, it's not.
They
This
need
is
to worry
stuff. This
about
is
that.
literally our problem. We
They
need
to worry about that. That's not my problem. That's the
Like-
people in the factories.
The batteries could not, like, literally, as they are, like Apple have the cream of the crop batteries,
Yeah.
like the top lithium ion batteries and stuff like that, and they're running stuff that's nowhere near as powerful as what we're talking. And if you was pushing that to its limits, you get like no time out of it whatsoever. And like I say, like the power units would have to be humongous, like for the PS4 now. So
But the thing is like, I genuinely don't understand like how to build it, I suppose. But all I'm trying to say is that they need to do something that people don't believe could be done, because that's what happened with the Wii, and that's why the Wii went mental. They need to do something now that's like, whoa, we didn't even think that was possible.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they need to stay on this path of what some people say craziness, but then others people say innovation, which it is.
Yeah.
And they need to carry on down that path, or else we're just going to get a third box
Yeah.
that plays Assassin's Creed.
Exactly.
It
You
plays that.
don't need that.
I don't want that.
I don't want that. I don't want that at all. I've got a PS4 and I've got a Wii U
But if we had this like handheld thing,
that you could take away from your TV. You could take it on the bus. You could play like Mario Kart 8 on the bus.
and like
Yeah.
this sort of like a little thing that plugs into the back of your TV in a HDMI,
Yeah.
like just a small box that like transmits the thingy, so you'd have to plug it all in like every time you get in, you have to plug it into HDMI and all stuff like that. It's
Also,
just-
there's not even a box with it.
no, because the power
That's
has
the
to be
thing.
done within
Yeah,
that
it
to
has
be able
to
to
be
walk
done
away
within
with
the
it. There'd be no
But
box.
no, but that makes it even cooler.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But there'd
That
have
makes
to
it
be
even cooler.
some sort of like
Oh
transfer
yeah, some
box in the TV that beams that
some
sort
transmitter.
of thing.
But I didn't even think about that. So you don't even need a box. It's just the thing.
No, well, it can't. If you
I
need a
know.
box and you can't take the things
I
with
know,
you,
but that's even cooler.
unless you're using technologies and stuff like the Vita's doing, which there's lag and you can't do that. There's no way you could play Smash
No.
on Vita remote play.
No.
No way in fucking hell. You can barely play. You can't play anything
Yeah.
Twitch based. You know what I mean? Like,
But the thing is they've kind of been going towards that for a while with these remote play IDs and all that. I think Nintendo need to be the first one to fucking get on that. You know what I mean? And get on that button. Said this is what we're doing now. We're gonna get there before anyone else does, because everyone's kind of sneaking towards that. Nintendo needs to be one step ahead of the game. They need to go for that. So this is what we're going to do. We don't need your colleges. We don't need your third-party support. We're going to buy another studio.
The thing is that they probably do, but they need to impress them third parties in the first place. With units.
Yeah, true. So they need to buy another studio.
Or they need to,
get on
like,
with
we're in charge of all the business.
Yeah.
We go to all these big studios. We go to Rockstar. We go to, like, all these, you know what I mean, these huge studios and just say, look.
Make us GTA Mushroom Kingdom.
Well, no, GTA 6, okay, when that's coming out, you need to, if you make a version for us, we'll produce it, so we'll put the money forward.
Yeah.
They need to splash some of that cash on the third parties, like what they did with Bayonetta.
Yeah.
What
true.
they need to do is they need to go to these third parties and say, look, we're going to finance this game, or I like something like that.
Nintendo are rich. They're rich as hell. So they now need to be spending that money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And going out and giving that money to the right people and getting these studios on board and getting these games made and impressing people, and that's what we need. And I think,
or if they go like, look, we'll have finance every third party game, major game for the first year.
That's crazy. That's such a good... No, but I mean, that's...
That,
you know what I mean?
And I'm saying, and by that time that sort of like saturation has sort of like started creeping through of like everyone's got this console now because all the big games have come out this year at slightly different versions to sort of work with whatever, which they can do. Then people are going to have the console and expect the third parties. The third parties are going to be seeing these sales because everyone's got this thing and want to take GTA 6 on the bus with them. So... You know what I mean? Like,
if you want to take GTA 6 on the bus with them, just steal the bus.
True. But, you see what I'm saying? Like, then the developer's going to be like, holy shit, we sold a big, load on here. And then Nintendo are going to be like...
do it again.
Or Nintendo have been like, go to every third party and say, look, we'll finance one of your games.
Yeah.
We'll put the 2-3 million up to do one game.
Yeah.
But it's got to come out in the first year. Get on it now. That's what we'd do.
Do you know what a perfect launch title would be? Perfect launch game would be for this console.
What, we could play go away?
Perfect. It's a Nintendo franchise already.
Animal Crossing?
No,
would be one.
that would be bitching, but a big one. Probably one of the biggest franchises.
What, Zelda?
Pokemon.
Oh, wow.
Do you know what I mean? And then And then on internet as well. So you take it out, you're on the bus, you train them up, you come home, you go through your Wi-Fi, and then you fight in other people online. Like, how amazing would Pokemon be if it was not only handheld but on
a Pokemon MMO.
Yeah, so this could be the way to do it, so that you're getting the beauty of the out and about Pokemon, which is what they said about the Pokemon MMO.
What they need to do as well is, because they've not got all this third party support, we've not got all this third party support.
Yeah,
what we need to do is, we need to do an N64 or an SNES in which the launch games are the biggest fucking games of that thing, you know what I mean? We need to be working at this stuff in advance.
Pokemon, it would be the best Pokemon ever.
Do that. Yeah, Game Freak.
I'll work on
get
Pokemon.
on that. Well, Game Freak will probably...
I'll do that myself.
They'll get a Watter back in charge because after his hospital stint in the hospital,
I thought we killed him.
over. No, he survived.
Oh, he survived.
But yeah, because Mario 64 was not just a launch title; it was a game changer for games.
Yeah.
Same with everything, but Super Mario World.
Yeah.
Arguably one of the best games on the SNES.
True.
It was there day one.
Yeah.
Super Mario Brothers, day one over here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They need that.
Yeah.
Whereas here they had Super Mario Bros. U, which it was good, but it was nothing game changing.
It was exactly what you expected.
It was just the Wii version was better.
It was pretty.
And that's it. Yeah, Nintendo Land, which again that was cool, but it was no game changer. It was just a few mini games.
Yeah,
really good mini games.
It was like a Wii Sports of Wii U.
So that's it. That's what we do with Nintendo. We'd make
a console you can take out on the go.
Take out,
and we'd fund a
Pokemon
bitchin' ass Pokemon game.
And a Mario, but that goes. It's not just a sad Mario. It's like
something that would be
Mario.
Different when you're out and about to when you're at home with the Mario game. You know, you're out and about. You do something.
all sort of things like that, couldn't you? With it, and
you could. You
could sort of gamify going out.
You could
with your thing. Like you could be like, I don't know, whatever. Like something out and about. There's tons of potential for our new console.
Yeah.
In stores, Christmas 2016.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good plan.
You happy with that?
I'm happy with that.
Right, so they're loving this, but they wish they had it a day early.
They do. They also wish they had more of us. So, let me tell you about the Cooper Club really, really quickly. So, it's a subscription to Nintendo Sushi. If you pay $1 a month, you get the audio version of this podcast early. If you pay $5 a month, you get the audio version of this podcast early, a day early. You get the video 5 days early of this podcast. That's pretty early. You also get, for this $5 a month, you get an extra audio podcast which we record for our subscribers only for the $5 and up.
One a month.
One a month. If you pay $20 a month, you'll get a 20-minute Skype conversation with us too. You'll also get the early stuff and the extra podcast. If you pay $35 a month, you get all of the other things, and we will send a piece of merchandise to your door, such as something like this mug, or something like these t-shirts, or hats. We've got loads of cool stuff.
Not these hats.
If you want to see more of our cool stuff that we've got, check out nintendosushi.com/shop, and you can see kind of our products that we've got on there, which are available to buy. And that's it. Join the Cooper Club. Get involved. Like, subscribe, share, all that
Do
stuff.
All that on YouTube.
On YouTube.
We're new to YouTube.
We are new.
We're doing the podcast audio thing. We're veterans.
Yeah, we've been doing it 2 years.
Podcast, what's this, 103, 2, whatever it is. We've been doing this a while. You know what I mean? We know what we're doing here. We don't know what we're doing on the old video thing. I've got bloodshot eyes. I've not slept.
You got Resident Evil in your eyes.
Exactly. I've not slept. Freaking like us, subscribe.
This isn't actually a podcast. This is just how good the graphics are on Resident Evil Remastered.
Yeah.
Look at that eye. It's good graphics. Yeah.
So, don't worry about it.
Grab a fish by its toe. If it squeals, let it go.
So yeah, we'll see you
in the streets.
In the streets, indeed, my good friend. We can plug it in and record things. It's
not my underwear. I'm gonna complain though, because that laundry ain't come yet.
I'm gonna complain because you're taking ages, and it's probably not even in shot like you're doing right now.
Okay. Look. Here we go.
Right. Yeah. You do the ad shit. I'm gonna do the glory.